We start on the honorable mentions. I think it's definitely very important to announce the retirement of right guard Zack Martin. Yeah, he's an absolute legend. He's a guy that's a first ballot Hall of Fame player. Huge anchor for the Dallas Cowboys, and obviously it's a shame to see him not win more and win a championship. Obviously, so that will always linger. They had a great offensive line. It was like a wall at this point. I really believe they could have gone really far. Honestly, I think their best chance was that 2014 season when they unfortunately they weren't able to pull it out against Green Bay over a really bad call with the no catch thing. So I think that was really their best chance. Obviously, they had some good teams at some point, and they just weren't able to capitalize. But Zach Martin has been there through and through, and he's been a all-time guard. Yeah, 162 games played, all with Dallas. 9 games played in the playoffs. He's a Hall of Famer, Hall of Fame All 2010s team, a 9-time Pro Bowler, 7-time First Team All Pro, 2-time Second Team All Pro, second in the 2014 Rookie of the Year, Offensive Rookie of the Year, and he was 2014 All Rookie Team. Yeah, I mean he's done a lot of great things. He's accomplished a lot of great things, and he's a guy that needs to be recognized for his greatness. So Zach Martin is a Hall of Fame right guard, and he's like Jerry Jones said it. He really played like a Larry Allen and his impact, and it really showed. So overall, Zach Martin, happy retirement for him. He will be missed, and yeah, it's just another tough loss for Dallas's offensive line. For the right guard position, we start out with Mason McCormick of the Pittsburgh Steelers. This is a really, really good right guard that's going to be great for a long time. I think they really hit the nail in the coffin when they drafted a guy like Zach Frazier and pairing him with Mason McCormick. Obviously, they're seeming to really neutralize and focus on trying to get a really good Pittsburgh Steelers offensive line, which has happened in the past. So having him and Frazier, I think, is really it's important for them for their build of the program. And Mason McCormick is a really good addition. He's 25 years old, 1 year in the league. He's got 3 years, $3.2 million in the rookie contract. 17 games played, 936 snaps, 2 penalties, 2 sacks given up, 2 hits allowed, and 21 pressures allowed. Overall, solid first year for him. I think he's going to continuously progress, and I'm excited to see what he does next year and continuously in the future. I think the LA Chargers did a really good job of going into free agency and making sure that they can build an offensive line for Justin Herbert to have more time in the pocket. Honestly, Justin Herbert, I think, could have a tremendous season with the offensive line they have been building. Mikail Beckton is the name here, and I think it's a huge, huge advantage for him to get a guy who just came off a Super Bowl win, a great offensive line in general for Philly. Becton's going to help them tremendously with winning combination. And he's done a tremendous, tremendous job. Obviously, there's some stats here that are provided in the video, and I got possibly different stats, but I mean, at the same time, it's still same thing. He's was extremely good, extremely productive, and he can hold his own. So, Mekhi Becton's 26 years old, 5 years in the league, 2 years, 20 million that he got from the Chargers. He played 15 games, 903 snaps, uh, 4 penalties, 3 sacks given up. He had 2 hits allowed and 24 pressures allowed, actually. So, and the video said 15, but 24 from the stats there. Again, Super Bowl champ, man. So he's going to bring a winning mentality to this team. He's going to bring some experience to the offensive line, and I really do believe this is going to help them tremendously in the West. Yeah, very good. Obviously, when he moved from tackle to guard, seems like it was the right choice, and yeah, he's been solid this year. All right, next up we do have Mike Anwanu. Last year he was a right tackle. He was actually on the list as number 4 in the right tackle position. They moved him to guard, so obviously you could see that his athleticism and his ability of moving in different places is going to carry him a long way. But again, he's learning a new position, so I believe from this standpoint of him playing guard position, I think he needs to get better at the craft. But I think honorable mention's a good place for him. I think he can be definitely a top 10 guy eventually. But overall, he is trying to learn, man. He's 27 years old, 5 years in the league, 2 years, $31 million, 17 games that he played, 1,020 snaps, five penalties, two sacks given up, six hits allowed, and 31 pressures. The pressures have to go down, definitely, and obviously his level of play is good. He just needs to continuously learn the position of right guard, and I think it'll carry him a long way regardless. So, yeah, he's deserving to be relevant in this position, and hopefully he can continue to strive. Okay, the next one is a huge fall down. It's Shaq Mason, who last year was actually number four, and now he's an honorable mention. His play was honestly atrocious, and I don't know, like, it was bad. It was a new team. He went to the Houston Texans, and it just wasn't great, man. He got released from Houston. We don't know where he's going. I think he's currently a free agent. Hopefully, he can turn around because this was a really bad turnaround from top five to honorable mention. It's crazy, but he just did not have a great year, man. 31 years old, 10 years in the league, 15 games, played 931 snaps. He had three penalties. He gave up eight sacks. He had five hits allowed and 34 pressures. Ah, man, it was just a bad year for him. Hopefully, he can turn around. I'm giving him the honorable mention just because we know Shaq Mason is a baller and he can be. But again, he's gonna have to prove it again because if it continues like this, he ain't gonna be on the list at all. Next up, we have a guy that was last year honorable mention. This year's honorable mention, Osiris Torrance. I think he's a pretty good right guard man for the Buffalo Bills. I definitely think he brings youth to the offensive line. I think he's definitely grown as a football player, and obviously he needs to develop still. But he's got some positives about him, right? So overall, 25 years old, 2 years in the league, 2 years, 2.9 million in the rookie contract. Played 17 games, 1,011 snaps, seven penalties, which is it's too high. He needs to lower that. Zero sacks allowed, which is fantastic. Two hits allowed, which is also fantastic. 37 pressures allowed, which is way too high. So if he can limit those two things and have what he's been able to have, the good things of him and staying healthy, this is a guy that could reach a top 10 list sooner rather than later. I definitely believe they got someone here in Buffalo that can be a solid guard play. All right, next up on honorable mention is Daniel Falili. Yeah, I mean Daniel Falili definitely has come into his own. Definitely improved a lot better from his first year where he didn't really get many snaps. Much more important role this year. He was supposed to be a tackle, turned into a guard, and I mean he's a huge guard, and honestly, for a big man, can definitely bring some tenacity, some athleticism to it. So overall, I like what the Baltimore Ravens have here. He's 25 years old, 3 years in the league, 1 year, 3.4 million on the rookie contract. 17 games that he played, 1,107 snaps, six penalties, one sack allowed, three hits, and 32 pressures. If he can definitely limit the penalties and the pressures, just like I think Cyrus Torrance, I believe we got something here, and I think like I said, it's really good, especially with the Ravens offensive line being sketchy at best. So overall, it's having an upside is good, and Falili has an upside here. So good on him. He's an honorable mention.